some communities that you identified, maybe in Denmark or Sweden or places like that, where they're kind of reimagining how people live. And maybe you could talk a little bit about what that looks like now and how you could see that working in the future.
Intergenerational living is a potential solution where you put people from an older generation living side by side in the same building with people from a younger generation. And there's several communities coming up around that. The other chapter, though, that was a companion to that, literally, was a chapter we called virtual companionship. And so right there, you're seeing this duality of, in one sense, you're solving or ending loneliness theoretically by putting people together with people. And in another, you're combating loneliness by having virtual relationships and virtual companions, sometimes with real people over long distances and sometimes with virtual machines. And I think that is what we're going to expect much more in the future. It's not going to be the future's only this or only that. It's going to be both.
Are these types of relationships enduring, like the relationship we might have with a best friend, somebody we have coffee with once a week or something like that?
It's too early to know, but I think that the danger and the potential of it is that it could be. And the danger of that is pretty obvious. I mean, you fall in love with a technology that someone could choose to turn off or take away at some point in the future. And that's literally what happened when you look at people falling in to relationships, not necessarily like one-on-one relationships, but familial relationships with something like Jibo, which was a robot technology that was in the home, and people loved their Jibo bot. And then the company went basically out of business and they stopped supporting it. And all these people felt like they'd lost a pet. You know, the emotional feeling of that was the same as that. And so I do think that people are going to form those types of relationships. And I think that the challenge is going to be similar, not the same, but similar to the challenge that I think all of us might have with alcohol or gambling, which is these things can be fun, but if you become addicted and it consumes your life, it's no longer fun. And I think that that is something that's going to be increasingly something we have to deal with in the future when it comes to being addicted to virtual relationships. I mean, I think that's going to be a thing.